State with a pin of Jacob Rubio, and quickly we go to 141. Mike Longo and Henry Pohlmeyer now.
Well, this is a bout in which Mike Longo really is the better wrestler, and some months ago we would have said penciled this in as a pretty sure win, but Mike has really struggled with his confidence, and this is going to be a toss-up right here. The one wild card in this match here is that Mike is really good with legs, and he can crank you and turn you.
Longo coming off a 4-2 loss to Ian Parker of Iowa State back on Friday after he won last Sunday afternoon. And these two met last year in the duel up in Brookings. Longo won 9-1. So he got a major decision.
Yeah, and he really dominated him with legs. So hopefully he can still do that today.
Pohlmeyer's a guy who this time last year was injured. Missed nearly a month last year for the Jackrabbits with an injury.
Nice single attempt to the underhook. The good thing, Chad, you're seeing some combinations by Mike, and that's good.
(6-3) South Dakota State leads in the duel. Stalemate. Does it seem like certain referees are more quick to call a stalemate than other referees? We've already seen several called by J.R. Blows, and I'm not sure we had more than 3 or 4 all night on Friday.
He wants to see some action.
I like that, as do the fans.
Good whizzer and hips. Good comeback by Mike. You can't let him get that shallow whizzer. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So what happened there is we just sat back almost on our hips. All he did was jam us, and now we're back at 6 points down. That's a tough deficit.
So a takedown for Pohlmeyer, 4 near fall points, and he has a 6-0 lead on Longo.
Okay, he's alternating between trying to go for the guillotine, putting the hand over his neck, or going wrist to the crotch. But in the meantime, he's piling up riding time. He's eating up clock.
Riding time of 40 seconds now for Pohlmeyer. Longo trying to reverse it, or at the very least get out.
Use your head. You'll see one of those stalemates again right here. He's looking for a spladle. Pohlmeyer is.
5 seconds left here in the period. Riding time of over a minute for Pohlmeyer. And he will also take a 6-0 lead into the second period. So a tough start here for Mike Longo.
Yeah, and our shots are good, but we're not crisp and relentless on our finishes. You can't hang there. You got to go right to the finish. All he did right there, we sat back on our hip, trying to come around the leg. He jammed us, put us right to our back.
Longo starts on bottom here. Pohlmeyer, a 6-0 lead, will be able to build on 1:19 of riding time.
Yeah, and that's what you can't do. Let those legs in. Elbows to your knees, knees to your elbows. This is interesting. We mentioned the fact that we dominated him with legs last year. It looks like he learned his lesson because he's now dominating us.
Pohlmeyer was the primary starter at 141 a year ago, was 11-12. Redshirted the prior year. Mike Longo, a 3-time NCAA qualifier. 2 years at Appalachian State and last year here at Oklahoma.
And right now on paper,
ups and downs.
Yeah, right now on paper, he's not going to be a national qualifier unless he comes alive at the Big 12 championship.
What is that struggle like? It's your senior year. You would like to get back to the national tournament, certainly like to be an All-American. And then you start to struggle about middle of the year. And the finish line is really close.
You just got to make it happen. You got to remember what made you outstanding in the first place and then go back there. if it's working harder, if it's working smarter, if it's training your mind, whatever it is, you got to make it happen.
Nearly 2.5 minutes of riding time now for Pohlmeyer. No score for either wrestler here in the second period. And Longo having a brutal time of it on bottom right now.
And when you see a guy with his head down on bottom, that's not a good sign. That really, though, is a parallel ride. He should be, they'll call it a stalemate, but they should really hit the top guy for stalling.
Longo trying to show some activity down on bottom with under 30 seconds left in the second.
And Chad, beating legs is not rocket science. You got to get the guy under him. You got to throw your hip and get him under you right there. That could be a defensive fall right there.
Longo trying to get Pohlmeyer
there it is.
Exposed.
Oh!
Sooners thought they had it over there, and it was close.
That easily could have been called.
Wow. Instead, it looks like Pohlmeyer will ride out the entire second period, and he will have riding time secure headed to the third.
And here's the deal. Technically, it wasn't a fall because, okay, we're going to see it right here. He's on top. Mike takes him back, gets a wide base, and what he wants to do is hold him there. And that he does for a good period of time, but not long enough flat on his back for our official. So what I was saying, technically it wasn't a fall because 1 second is 1,001. But a lot of officials are calling it more like freestyle, touch fall, both shoulders go down, they slap the mat. Some officials would have called it right there.
And Pohlmeyer burying Longo's face in the mat right now. Got those legs in. And this really started at the beginning of the second period.
Yeah, you want to do the same thing. Throw your hip, get him underneath you, and then start bridging back. It's really his only chance right now.
Riding time secure. All the scoring took place in the first period. Pohlmeyer got a takedown and 4 near fall points. Longo unable to score. Stalemate. They will restart.
Chad, do me a favor. Tell Mr. Blows that's not a stalemate. It's a parallel ride. It's stalling. Go ahead.
I'm out. That's what you do. Wrestler to wrestler.
Oh, boy. Okay, roll again. Roll again. Throw your hip. Get him under you.
And now Longo's got to try to avoid.
There we go. You got to get a wide base. Get your feet out to each side so he can't tip you one side or the other.
The issue for Longo now and the Sooners, it's 7-0 because of riding time. Any other point scored, and you're looking at a major decision for Pohlmeyer. Bonus points for the Jackrabbits, who already have bonus points with a pin from Seth Gross at 133.
And just think, if we'd have gotten that defensive fall, it would have changed the whole complexion.
It can be a sport of inches from time to time, and that's what it was for Longo. It's going to be 5 minutes of riding time. He has ridden the entire second and third periods as Pohlmeyer. Mike Longo yet to score. Doesn't look like he's going to with 15 seconds left. But absolutely has to avoid being tilted, or else you're looking at bonus points. And I don't think that's going to happen.
No, and that's a parallel ride. He's got 2 legs in. Very tough on bottom. I'm not saying it's easy, but that should be stalling on top.
So it's a decision of 7-0 when you tack on the riding time point for Pohlmeyer over the Sooners senior Mike Longo. 9-3.